Welcome. My name's Sue Gaskell Barlow, and welcome to Sue's University of Life. It's always a pleasure to take time out to spend with you, the listener, as I chat away about life. And what is it I do here on social media? I share a wealth of experience, having learned so many lessons in my lifetime and made so many mistakes. That's where I've learned my lessons. It became almost compelling to share that with people. Some people were ready and want to learn. People who want to do self-development, people who want to inspire via their own actions, people who want to find how to make a difference on this amazing planet called Earth. As spirit, we come in a physical form to learn our life lessons. We have to learn lots of things and then unlearn them, because often the self-taught we were given, the way we were told how to become, to socialize, was in a controlling way, based on fear. So fear, control, blame, shame, punishment, guilt were all a language that we inadvertently learned, passed on by people who they had also learned. And this fear-based language split our spiritual personality. Our spirit, which is pure loving energy, a gift from God within each and every one of us, was then covered, and we learned how to be a certain way. And then as time progressed, things happened in our lives. And for my personal experience, a breakdown in my 40s led to me having to look at why my life wasn't working. I had a perfect family, perfect husband, perfect children, a wonderful, wonderful business, helping thousands of people in slimming. And I still had a breakdown. And I had a breakdown because inadvertently in my programming and the roles I played in order to feel valued and accepted, I thought I was responsible for the world. Anybody who came into my sphere, into my space, I automatically felt responsible and felt that I needed to look after them. And of course, inevitably, wanted people to like me, needed approval, didn't know all this. And so as a result, of course, everything was spread so thin, and eventually loving everyone else and not looking after me led to the inevitable breakdown of my whole system. And that's when the real journey of self-awareness began. And that's going back decades and decades and decades ago. And so it's with great enthusiasm and with so much I have learned, and that gains us wisdom. It's not knowledge in the ego, right, wrong, good or bad. It's not the knowledge of the world, which is external. The wisdom I'm talking about is learning to embrace who you are, learning to accept yourself, and learning to love yourself, and to connect that with the spirit within, a beautiful energy which is God-given, God-driven, not from fear, from pure, pure love. And it is with the most assurance that I can say that the voice in my energy field does not come from my programming, the chatterbox in my head, and all the things I learned. Mine comes from a beautiful voice within, guiding me from a place of love. And it's the spirituality that gives me a peace, knowing that spirit never dies, that we are eternal, that we just leave this physical body and move on. And so it's with great joy and pleasure that I can guide people, teach them, and support them as I let them know some of the words they say to themselves which aren't helpful, that feed the fear or the guilt, all irrational, and an insecurity, a feeling of inadequacy in the human condition. And there's so many layers to each one of us because, of course, those roles we play and masks and the way we talk to ourselves are all a way of surviving, of being accepted. And we have to protect ourselves so no one ever sees the vulnerable self who can be very, very young because we haven't resolved our traumas. And this is the greatest thing I can tell you. It's the best news you'll hear for ages. You can change the way you talk to yourself. You can learn to accept and watch the programming, a bit like watching television, 24/7, this automatic pilot going off, which we thought was who we were. It's just a story. And if we can see and watch that, then who's watching that? That's the true you. That's the pure loving energy that you are, the essence, the core of your being. Once you befriend yourself, once you learn to love yourself, really love yourself from the bottom up and feed every cell within and learn to listen to your body, then you know, and you can say, not listening to the story in my head, I'm going back to this beautiful place of love within. Connect that with your spirit, the spirit of God's loving energy, your loving heart, now healed, which is yours to share, not to give away, never to ever allow anybody or anything to become more important than knowing this peace within. And then you have choices. That's where free will is. When you can choose to go into the story because you want ego to be fed and you want to fit in, or whether you can find who you are and trust that you are enough. And you can choose love. You can choose energy. This beautiful energy, release all the negativity, the stuff we hang on to from years past. Just let it go. Because in reality, in the moment, we have everything we need. The love, the acceptance, and the ability to make decisions from that place of loving energy. And that's what I wanted to share with you today. And I always like to imagine that I'm talking to one person. And if one person can find something from what I've said, I'd like to try and encourage you to start looking inside for the answers to life struggles, because the answers are inside, they're not outside. If we blame somebody or ourselves, that's of no use. It's the story in our head, it's the programming, it's the drama, and it's all fear-based, because in reality, there is nothing to fear except fear itself. Face whatever demons you feel you have, and just stay there and just watch and just see them and let them go, because you are enough. You always were and you always will be. I will put my website on here, and anyone who wants to go to my website, Sue's University of Life, Sue, because that's my name, University of Life, which becomes ours. So this is not about me, the person. This is about life experiences and a coming together and an ability to make sense of why we do what we do. And then once you know that you can change things that aren't working for you, then how wonderful is that? How marvelous that you can actually learn to connect to that loving energy. And there's a song in your heart. There's a story to be told from experiences. There's a kindness and a sharing with each individual. Strangers or friends we have not met. And once we connect to that pure loving energy inside, we can create sunshine. The sunshine is the heart warming us. And when people say, oh, it's all right for you, then I know they're struggling because they've separated themselves from this whole. And I've been there. And that's why I'm able to explain it if you're ready. And you do have to put some effort in and some work to start learning, to start understanding. And just as a simple analogy before I go, the sun is up there, and the clouds are stopping us seeing the sun when it's not there. When the sun's there, we can see it. And if we see it, we know it's there. So the clouds come down, the sun is still there. And so it is within you. The sun is there, the love is there. And the clouds are the programming and the stories you tell yourself and the fears that you've collected and added suffering to them because you don't think that you can achieve what is already there, which is a perfect you. Perfect because you, as you are unique. And when I say perfect, that's doing the best you can at any moment. Living in the moment is perfection. And I say to each and every one of you, subscribe and join me on YouTube, on social media, and have a look at my website. Hundreds of videos for you to look at, all free. Anything in the shop, of course, then you just get there a lot quicker if you have one-to-one life coaching or join a group. Bye for now. Remember, you matter, and I'll speak to you again soon. This is Sue Gaskell on Sue's University of Life. Bye for now. Well, I've just spent a minute realising that I do need my glasses when it comes to the writing because I thought I'd switched off to find that I haven't. So there you go. I'm going now, and thanks for joining me. And remember, you matter. Bye for now.